guys, Asher coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Today going to be a great champion guide on a champion who, at the time of this recording at least, we have some news. We have a Summon Rush event for Michinaki. So that is coming up starting on Friday, tomorrow at the time of this recording. Apologies to those of you who are watching in advance. But I think this is one of the best champions out there in the game, especially when it comes to Hydra. Let's go ahead and take a look at his kit and talk about why he is a Shadowkin legendary champion, Michinaki, the dude with the green skull head. Is it the flaming green skull head? Is that fair to say? Really interesting aesthetics about this champion. I'm not sure if I really love it or if I don't like it. I still have not made up my mind, but one thing I can say is I love this champion. He's also using a real head. Whose head is this? Whose head is this? Should I know this one? It looks like somebody's head is his weapon. I didn't even realize that. It looks like maybe, is that like Saito or something? I have no idea. Anyway, Michinaki, guys, defensive-based champion on his A1. Let's start with his aura. Increase ally defense in all battles by 30%, so a great aura to use there. Burning Bonds attacks one enemy, has a 60% chance when booked of placing an HP burn for 2 turns. I'm just going to start out by saying this is a legendary champion. Absolutely worth your books, worth your skill tomes, okay? This Burning Bonds is A1. We'll come back to this ability because it synergizes with his passive. On the A2, Dire Whirl attacks all enemies on a 3-turn cooldown when booked. When booked, has a 100% chance of placing the big version of decreased defense for 2 turns. Also, if the target is under a hex, he's also placing a decreased attack. So decreased defense, decreased attack, provided they're under hex. Check out his A3. 2 books, bring it all the way down from a 5 to a 3-turn cooldown. It is a double degeneracy, attacks all enemies 2 times. First hit removes all buffs from each target. Second hit places hex for 2 turns. Dude, this is a nasty, nasty ability, guys. I think everybody is familiar by this point what hex does, but they buffed hex, I don't know, about 6 months ago, a year ago, I don't know, somewhere in that time frame. Essentially, not only does it interact with various different, bosses in the game and champions in the game. They mentioned Rule of the Huntmaster here. You can really get some great utility out of his passive. Same thing with Mithrala Lifebane out of her passive, but also it does damage now, right? So let's see, firstly, it interacts. Secondly, enemies under hex will receive damage based on damage dealt to another enemy. For single target attacks, it's going to be 10% of the HP removed. For AoE effects, it's going to be 2% of the HP removed. So now you can get a lot of extra damage by having a Hex champion on your team, let alone the uses against like the Head of Mischief and stuff like that as well in Hydra. So really, really powerful ability here. Removing all buffs and placing Hex. He's a defense-based champion. 1465 base defense. That is a lot of defense. Usually anything over 1400 on legendaries or any champion for that matter, I consider to be on the higher side of defense. Of course, you can scale all the way up to 1600, with some champions. But this is really, really solid. His speed is good. His HP is fine. Really, really love this champion. And then on his passive, Corsair of Curses. Whenever an ally attacks an enemy under a Hex debuff, this champion has a 50% chance to join the attack. Okay, does not work against exposed Hydra next. That would just make him beyond. I guess that's where they drew the limit on this incredibly OP champion. But this adds up like crazy, man. I mean, not only is he joining in and putting more HP burns, dealing more damage with his A1, 50% chance anytime you attack anybody under Hex. He's going to be joining in so many times on the Hydra battle that I'm going to show you guys. The highest difficulty Nightmare. I'm going to show you my main squad, and he's going to deal a significant amount of damage and War Master as well. That's why we really recommend going War Master on this champion, because you're going to be proccing this every single time he's joining in other allies' attacks off of that passive. What an incredible champion, man. He is so freaking good. Let's look at his multipliers really quickly here. He has a godlike defensive rating on the damage rating on the A1, 3.5 defense. So again, we're just adding even more damage to the table off one of the harder hitting defense-based A1s in the game, okay? 3.9, multiplier on his A2 and a 2.1, but it's a 2-time hitter on his A3. So a lot of damage from AoE attacks. Both of his AoEs are on a 3-turn cooldown as well. A great, great damage dealer and debuffer and buff stripper, and kind of control champion for your team. So I'm going to show you my favorite build on this champion. Is he in my recently used? He sure is, right in front of my face. So here he is, Michinaki. I have him in a Perception set and a Relentless set. I'll show you all the stats and all the artifacts in just a moment here, but first, let's go ahead and take a look at his Masteries. We just mentioned War Master is going to be an obvious choice for this champion. I went down the offensive tree. I also went down and picked up Stoked to Fury, increase damage inflicted by 4% for each debuff on this champion, just figuring that he might be dealing with fears, true fears sometimes for Hydra, just getting a little bit extra damage there. Also, again, going down, picking up War Master is going to be imperative for this champion. I also have Life Drinker to help him keep healed up, even though he's nice and tanky to begin with anyway. On the support tree here, nothing wrong at all. I think most people are probably going to want to go with Pinpoint Accuracy, go with Charge Focus, go with Swarm Smiter to get more accuracy on this champion, but if you can afford to do so and make him just a little bit tankier, you have enough accuracy already on him, just go with Steadfast, get the extra HP instead. I came in Exalt in Death. I came in with Swarm Smiter. However, I will say, Arcane Celerity is a great option for this champion as well. 30% chance to increase the turn meter by 10% when a debuff cast by this champion is removed or expires. Again, he's bringing decreased attack, he's bringing Hex, and he's bringing decreased defense. So 3 debuffs, I think it's a great option. So if you didn't need the accuracy, you know, as a matter of fact, if I had to redo my Masteries, I'd probably go ahead and make that swap, right? Because I think we have enough accuracy as is. We also have Lore of Steel. In this case, only helping us out with a Perception set, but hey, it's a help nonetheless. Master Hexer, certainly the chance to extend the duration of those 3 debuffs we just mentioned, Hex, decrease defense, and decrease attack in his kit. Let's go ahead and show you his overall stats first. Stat priorities: defense, HP, speed, crit rate, crit damage, accuracy. He's kind of a tough champion to build, right? Because we want and need all of those stats. First of all, his damage scales off defense. So let's talk about priorities here. 100% crit rate is going to be priority number 1. Enough accuracy as well is going to be priority, I guess, 1A, 1B, right? After that, after we have the crit rate at 100 and the accuracy at what we need it to be, given where we're at, you know, in the game, then I would prioritize defense and then speed and then crit damage HP, okay? That's how I would kind of, or maybe HP crit damage, right? Crit damage is nice on this champion, but keep in mind, he's getting a lot of damage just from the effects of his Hex, you know, adding extra damage like we just talked about, as well as just all those HP burns on his A1, all those War Masters on his A1 as well. But of course, we're trying to get him into crit damage gauntlets if we can, depending on where you are in the game. So we have crit damage on the gauntlets, we have defense percentage, obviously, on the chest, we have speed on the boots, and then we have probably accuracy, no, defense, okay, on the banner. You want to go either accuracy or defense on the banner. Accuracy if you need it, if not, go defense, or even HP is fine. Crit damage on the amulet and defense, again, on the ring here. So looking for substats, again, we talked about it. Speed, accuracy, crit rate, speed, accuracy, crit rate, speed, accuracy, crit rate, again. So let's go ahead, guys, and bring this dude into Hydra. Before we do, really quickly, I do want to go over his utility outside of just Hydra, right? You can run this dude in regular Demon Lord Clan Boss. You can run him in any Doom Tower wave. He's a beast in almost every dungeon. We're talking Ice Golem hard. Fantastic champion, right? Bring in the hacks, bring in the decreased defense. He's easy to keep alive, which is so nice. Having such a robust damage dealer who's defense-based allows you to pretty much run this dude anywhere as a debuffer and not have to worry about him being super squishy, right? So you guys can see that the score is here, right? Book value 10 out of 10. We already said that, right? Incredibly good champion to book. Blessings we haven't touched on. Brimstone is the way to go in my opinion. Right now we only have a 15% chance of smite. We're going to build this champion with enough accuracy anyway. And, you know, getting those extra smite chances on all those hits that he has, it's going to be great, right? So I wish I had him awakened more. As a matter of fact, I don't think he's a bad choice to put on your wish list for Ascension, right? So I think maybe we'll go ahead and make that change right now. Might as well, right? Altar of Souls, wish list. But you know what? Acresia and Rhodos and Siphi aren't bad either. Let's just leave that the way it is for now. So, all right, let's go into to Hydra Clan Boss, guys. I'm going to go ahead and, I'm going to show you the team really quickly, how it's built. and then we're going to go for a Hydra run. I'm going to check in with you guys probably, I don't know, around turn 150 or so, and we'll see how we're doing. But let's see the team. I just used them so they're all fresh. I have Contra the Cyclone, right? She's there for her amazing provokes. I have a guide on her as well. In my opinion, she's the best provoker. Might be biased. I love this champion, but she's the best provoker and one of the best debuffers for Hydra. I think she's incredible. I have her in a reflex set. And I have her, you guys can see the total stats here if you want to take a look. I'm going to be running, we already went over Michinaki, obviously, it's his guide. I'm running Nekmothar, right? Oh, I didn't even talk about Relentless. I think Relentless works amazing on Michinaki. I would put him in Relentless. Extra turns are going to be just more of everything amazing. Damage, hex, buff removal, decreased attack, decreased defense, right? Very powerful on this champion. Nekmothar, we have him in Relentless as well, as along with Perception. Built him really fast with some accuracy. We have Rock, you guessed it, in Relentless. Can you tell I love Relentless? Because we have Acrizia also in Relentless, built out to be a nuker, right? So, oh, I almost forgot Pythion. Pythion as well. Now we'll jump into Hydra. Pythion is actually in a bolster set because I use him in Arena as well, so it's not ideal here, but, he's built pretty fast here, and his job is essentially to mitigate damage with the passive and come in and cleanse and revive if we need it. Be right back in about 20 minutes, guys. Hey guys, just checking in. Boss turn 210. We're at 135 million damage. We might be going on my way to a personal record. I think it's 161 million. So we'll see how we do, but I figured I'd check in with you guys. Be right back. My man is a beast. All right, guys, things kind of fell apart here at boss turn 230. Both Michinaki and Acrizia both got eaten, and they're still, right now, there's still time, but I have no damage left on the squad to really get them freed up. There goes Michinaki. And here comes Acrizia, so it looks like we'll be lucky if we can get to around 145, 150 million. Let's see what we can do here. Can we free Acrizia? I don't think so, and this one's pretty much going to be over. Too many turns. We've gone too long. Nekmothar has been eaten, and there we go, guys. That's going to be the team. Let's see if we can get to 145 at least. I'm sure we'll have no problem doing that. There it goes. And we can just kind of end it there, guys. No need to continue this charade. All right, end battle. We will go ahead and keep this result, but let's go ahead and check the damage first. 145 on Nightmare Hydra. So we have Nekmothar putting out 10 million in damage. Pythion almost 1 million, 3.5 million in heals though. We have Michinaki 33 million damage. That's incredible. Acrizia, of course, Acrizia is going to do Acrizia things with 83 million. Contra with almost 10. Rock with a 6.5 million as well. I love this team, and I'll tell you what, Michinaki's bringing the hex. I mean, we already know. He's bringing the burns, he's bringing the damage, he's bringing the hex, he's bringing the decreased defense. I really, really love this champion. Congratulations if you got him in this event, if you're watching around the time that this video goes live. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care, guys.